One of the biggest challenges for companies that are scaling or pursuing buy and build through private equity money or investors or strategic buyers, family offices, is that they tend to treat the whole growth journey, scaling journey as a linear journey. But in reality, it is not a linear journey, but it's a leapfrogging from one stage to another. Based on our own experiences and that of the practitioner network, we found that the entire buy and build journey from 5 million to 250 million could be clustered in 5 stages. These stages essentially are stage number one, which is primarily founder led, which is about 5 to $15 million or euro sized revenue companies. This is where the founders and the CEOs are completely driving the way things need to be done. All of the decision making are theirs, all of the hiring is theirs. The next stage is stage two, which essentially is between 15 and 30 million. And this is where what we call a platform formation stage. This is where we start seeing some management systems being incorporated. This is where we see CEOs have started delegating some of their tasks to the next level of leadership. So this is where we probably have a COO or a head of operations. You may also have a more sophisticated head of finance, etc. But it is still a company that has got a strong influence of the founders. 30 to 60 million is the third stage, and we call it where companies start building capabilities muscles. This is where we may have a more repeatable go-to-market. This is where we have product segmentation. This is also somewhere where companies may have started venturing out outside of the region, outside of the country. This is where we also see leadership depth appearing in organizations. When we talk about leadership depth, we're talking about leaders who can think strategically. So maybe this is where you've got a bit more sophisticated head of finance who is not only a controller, but also maybe somebody who knows FP&A. Similarly, your head of operations is somebody who can partner with the founder or the CEO and think strategically on expanding into new market. Stage four is where it gets really interesting, and this is between 60 and 120 million, and this is what we call an institutionalization stage. So this is where we start getting a lot more structure around capital allocation, around talent development, around developing leadership depth, succession planning, that kind of a thing. So this is where we say companies start being managed by numbers, by data, rather than by gut feeling, rather than by the sixth sense of founders and CEOs. 120 and 250 million plus, this is where we see companies start getting the interest of strategic investors, large PEs. This is where a lot of the growth will happen through invested capital. This is where growing organically becomes a lot more difficult, and that's where you need investment grade capital to be involved in the growth of your business. So that's your 5 stages of growth in scaling and buy and build. Hopefully you found it valuable. If you want to read more about these stages, then you could look it up on Buy and Build Operating System. It's a 3-volume set. For those of you who can see my screen, it's over here. You can look it up on Amazon. It's available worldwide. So that's what I wanted to share today. Thank you, and see you with yet another bite on Buy and Build soon.